What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with an all-new review of Put a Ring on It. So we're back where we left off, which was Shay walking off to recollect herself. And she comes back. Dr. Nicole asks if she's okay. She says she's fine. Alfonso, he doesn't, he knows what the problem is. He knows how she feels when stuff like this happens because he knows what the issue is, but he doesn't know how to fix it. No, you know how to fix it. You don't want to. Because you're trying to keep something separate that you do not want to mess up. You're trying to keep something that is going good for you that you do not want to rock the boat. Either it's you have a situation with the baby mama that you have not completely cut off, that the mom has kept it over your head. Like, I have no idea why the mom and the baby mama have so much control over you that you don't have any control in yourself to tell them, what me and the baby mama had is no more. We're just co-parents, and you can have a relationship with her, that's fine, but I also want you to make some space for a new woman in my life that I want to marry. I don't see what's so hard for him to do, because like I said, he know what the problem is. He doesn't want to fix it. Then he's mad about the reason that was announced, or Shay opening up about how she's feeling, and he's like, we don't need to be telling everybody our business. This ain't nobody's business. You're on a reality show that specializes in fixing a relationship. So we're talking about your issues. Your issues are going to be brought up, whether they're on camera or not. That's what you signed up for. I hate that when men do that. They try to silence what the issue is and then try to still figure out how to work, how to make it work. I can't make it work if you don't want to tell me what the problem is. There's other issues, yes, but the main thing is this. This is the main issue. This is probably the only issue that Shay has with you, is that you don't want to introduce you to her family. You don't want to. Why? So Dr. Nicole tells him to be mindful of her feelings. If she's telling you how she's feeling, you need to be open and understanding why she's feeling that way. So we get to Shar. She talked about her date with Meta. She said it was cool. He was fun to talk to. They both love athletic things, but wasn't what it was. It didn't connect a spark. So the problem started when she arrived home. And when she arrived home with flowers, Otis threw them in the trash. So from him, he feels like her receiving flowers from another man was extremely disrespectful. Those are his words. And she should know better. Also his words. With that ignorant statement, Dr. Nicole wanted him to clean it up and saying, you wanted her to express the way it made you feel, or you really think that she should know better. He said both ways. Always have your feelings in mind, and that she shouldn't do this. Do you not respect her feelings? Do you not respect how she should go about things? Or it's only your feelings that needs to be respected and followed and understood? What I say is what I say, and when I expect you to do it, I expect you to do it. You can't give that back to me? Hell no, not gonna work. So also with him taking the flowers, throwing them in the trash, he said some very more mean things that got her upset. And what really kicked it off was when he told her to go take a shower, that she was dirty. Dr. Nicole and all the ladies, especially Shay, she was looking at him like, I know you the fucking lying. I know you did not tell her that. Oh, hell no, it would have been a wrap for me. So he lies and said that's not what he said. There were context in the middle of that she did not get. What was the context? What did she get? He said what he meant to say was, she just came home. She was playing all day. She was, sweating, working out, playing soccer on the field. So I figured she wanted to come home, refresh, take a shower. I said I was cooking dinner, so I wanted to make sure the kitchen was all good so she can go upstairs and refresh. Bullshit. You meant what you said. You meant what you said, and you knew that was going to get brought up. So now you want to make sure you had a automatic statement in mind to sway what you didn't want to say and what you didn't meant, but you meant what you said. So Dr. Nicole said, from that statement alone, you were coming off as insecure and disrespectful, and you went to project her on that by being dominant. And you made her feel like she did something wrong. You made her feel like she did something nasty and terrible towards you with another man. Her getting flowers makes you feel like she was completely... It made her look differently to you. Like, how dare her? Like, how dare she do that, right? He said that's not what he meant. And he said, can you take ownership in how you made her feel? He said, yes. Okay, fine. But in the end, the fact that he didn't want to say that's what he meant, that's bullshit. You knew exactly what you said, right? Um, yeah, so the process has just begun, and there are a lot of things you guys might not like, and you puppeteering your partner into doing things that you want them to do is not going to end well. And it's not. So we get to Shorty, and her surprise, and her date was with Hollywood from the first season. And they were having conversations so naturally. It was nonstop. They talked about future, finances, kids, dreams, and it was so comfortable to talk with somebody about this on the first day. And she didn't realize that she didn't have to censor herself around Hollywood. Because when it comes to having a conversation with Kenneth, it came to the point where a conversation or communication wasn't on her end but his, and that she was trying to force him to be somebody that he wasn't. So the type of conversations that she would have to maybe open up his mind, open up where he values things, it was her trying to plant something in him. Because, excuse me, maybe Kenneth don't have enough feedback into talking about certain things. So it's kind of like talking to a brick wall. I'm trying to pull something out of you and you're not giving me that. And whenever they have a conversation, she initiates it. But it's pretty much talking to give a brick wall. He gives nothing. And when I meet another man and I have a full-blown conversation with him on another level that I didn't have with him, it made me realize the excitement of a new personality that I wasn't getting from him. Open her eyes and open Kenneth's eyes, because he's feeling like, I can't believe that after one date you got so much out of this one date from talking to one person, for real. And don't act like we've never had deep conversations or intimate conversations. So it lets me know what's been going on with her and what happened at that date. Because when she was talking about the date, when she came home, she was excited. She told me what they did, what they talked about. Then she brought up the necklace. He threw the necklace over the balcony. She went outside to go find it. It was gone. Then he's still in his feelings about how happy she was coming back home from a date. He takes her phone and locks himself in the bedroom for hours to go through her phone. Wow. Reading through her text messages about how she talks about him in front of her friends, he's definitely lost some confidence, because what he did was not so great, and that he didn't even think how happy she was going off on this date. And I definitely acted on my confidence being lost. Yes, the fuck you did, because that was childish as hell. Why you be like a little kid taking somebody else's toy and running before they can catch him? The fuck? So right now we need to have a mutual understanding about how this process is going to go. There might be some things you guys might not like, but this is part of the process to tell you what you need to work on in your relationship in order for it to be better or for it to be ending. So Shar, if she's asking to go on a second date with Meta, she said no. Figured she would say no because Otis definitely made her question and afraid to go to another date. And he said he has to respect her decision only because you planted in her brain to not go on another date. Shay said no because the personality was there, he was fun, they had a lot in common, their family interests and everything, but physically not her type. Now Alfonso is getting a kick out of the fact that he knew that Brian wasn't her type, but you too confident right now. And you know where we stand right now. So you too happy into thinking that I did not want to go on this date because you knew he wasn't my type. He knows what I like, but nigga, tread lightly, okay? Shorty said yes, she will go on another date with Hollywood because it was nice to be around him and it was comfortable talking to him. But also, she does not want to go through the same roller coaster of Kenneth feeling some type of way about her going on a date with him. Okay, let's see if this works, because I don't know why it keeps cutting off. But like I said, she doesn't want to go through the same roller coaster of Kenneth being in his feelings about her going on a date with another man. So she's going to continue seeing what she can see with Hollywood, right? And he doesn't like the fact that she even is entertaining another date with Hollywood, because it's like, what you mean? You trying to see something with dude? What's up? But basically, while she is trying to see what's up, because I don't know if Kenneth is really taking this process seriously. I mean, he felt it the first time, but the fact that she's still continuing on is like, whoa, what's going on here? But Shorty wants him to understand we have a lot of issues to work through our relationship, and it's not just acknowledging our issues. We have to work through it. So then it's the men's week to go on dates, and of course the ladies feel some type of way about their men going on dates, especially Shar. She doesn't like it because when they had their argument, Otis threw it in her face as give back about how, remember, I got my first date coming, so tread lightly, basically. So I'm gonna do the same exact thing that you did to me. But I feel like Char didn't do anything wrong, but trust the process. You, however, want to be petty and you be backstabbing because you don't like the fact that she can possibly be finding better. But you don't think she can find better. You think that you're all that you can be for her, but yet you still have a loophole for you to act out as if there's something else more for you. Um, yes, she said because I didn't do anything disrespectful, but in his head I did. So whatever that he might have planned, I'm nervous. You should be. Shay is all happy for Alfonso to go on a date. So we're ending it with the understanding of you have to understand what you signed up for. You cannot control people's movements and emotions and reasonings. So same old question. You gonna move on? Put a ring on it. So the couples leave, and then we see a conversation between Kenneth and Shorty as, he's obviously still in his feelings as to why she wants to go on a date with Hollywood. And he's like, what's up with that? You trying to date him? You trying to get to know him? What's up with that? Well, I'm just saying, he's awesome. I received positive advice from him, and we have not been positive. So he said, I don't give you positive. Not as of lately. No, you have not given me positive. So what you feel about me? Do you want to be with me? I don't know. Do you want me to be with you? Because I gotta be wanting to be with you to be with you. So he's still feeling like everything's all good. Their relationship is fine. Their relationships ain't got no issues. But she's like, he's not understanding the process because that's why we're here. We're here to figure out if what we're doing is working. If not, then we need to go our separate ways. And he needs to understand that their relationship has been rocky. They have been. So right now, the way you're acting right now, I deserve to go out and have some fun and enjoy myself. So she finally gets her phone back. He had her phone the whole time. And she's going through the messages, she's going through what he looked at, and she found out that he screenshotted her bank statements and sent it to him. And sent himself her bank statements. I said, are you fucking kidding me? My mouth I was like, hold up. I had to rewind it so I could hear it. You went through her phone and you entered her information to take a screenshot of her bank statements and sent it to yourself? Why? What was going through your head to do that? What was you going to do? Use that information to rack up charges to her account? To be petty? To be spiteful? Oh, hell no. Obviously, can't do yours. She said, so this is what we doing now? We doing this? Delete that shit. He said, yeah, I was being stupid. Okay, well, delete that shit. Delete it. He said, I ain't gonna worry about it. Go anywhere, anybody don't worry about it. I'm good. But you violated my privacy. You violated something and I'm upset and I'm telling you I'm upset and I'm telling you what you need to do to fix it and you're not fixing it. And he's pretty much like, I don't know what you worried about. Like, they ain't saved, they could. I don't want to talk about this. Let's talk about this later. No, hell no. I'm asking you right now to delete that shit. And she looks at him and said, I am so disgusted. And he gets out the car. Because she should be. What type of... That is way below the belt for someone to do when they're mad about something that they should not even be mad about. It must really terrify him into thinking that this is going to be, but this is the thing. I can't even finish this thought because this is going to even push her even further to want to fix out the relationship with you. You doing that shit is moving her out the door. Oh my God, I don't know how you can come back for that. So they're back from home after having the worst argument. It took some time for them to calm down. And she said, first of all, what made you do that? He said he was being immature because he feels like anything that comes up makes him feel like she's against him. And he wanted to do something mean that would sabotage you. Sabotage her? The hell is this? A competition? Like, you think she's bad? Like, do you think, like, what? How do you see yourself in a relationship with her? Does she degrade you? Does she demean you? Obviously, that's her place she's living in. Because you don't have a job. You're not putting nothing to the table. So you feel like the best way that you can tear her down is to project on what you don't do. You don't bring anything, so you try to make her feel like she has nothing left going on for herself if you take away the things that makes her more powerful to you. Are you intimidated by her? Do you feel emancipated? Like, not emancipated. Do you feel emasculated by her? But does she give you that energy? Or do you feel that on your own based off of what has been said? She is the breadwinner. They don't have any conversations about finances because he doesn't bring any. Um, Excuse me. After that, she wants to know, will you use this as leverage over me? Because of his past actions, that's probably what he did. And whenever he gets in that headspace, so basically, she feels like there isn't any more of us if this man will do whatever it takes to make sure he doesn't want, make sure any man doesn't want me. Even if we're not together, this man will make sure that nobody will want me. He will go out of his way to do that, go out of his way to make her friends see her in a different light, and go out of his way to make her job be unbearable. And this is not the first time because he's done this. He's done this. He even went to her social media page for her job, spammed the comments, and said negative things about her. How is it that at any point in time is that worthy enough, logical enough for me to take you back? If you want to do that to me, why would you want? That's some possessive stalker shit. That is that same old question. If I can't have you, nobody else will. So you want to make me feel miserable in my relationship because I'm afraid if I leave you, you're going to make my life miserable even if I'm not with you. That's crazy. That is every Lifetime movie. That is some snap shit. That is, oh my God. I can't. That is some crazy shit right there. And he feels like he's not in denial of what he needs to work on. He knows what he needs to do. And he said, in order for me to be the man that she wants me to be, I have to want that for myself. But he says he's capable of being the man, but he needs to be moving at his speed, but it's not moving fast enough for her. What does that mean? Do you not do you not do nothing all day besides cook? Do you not put applications in? Like, what is it that you're doing that is not fast enough for her? Is it bills? Is it bringing money to the table? What do you contribute to the household besides cooking? What do you do? Because she said your fun times, that's it. But when it comes to something, talking about something of a substantial nature, you don't give anything. So he's happy that he's admitting that he has work to put in, but it's more than just recognizing them. It's putting actions behind it. I'm not doing this with him. Next, we got another headache. Shar and Otis. He is definitely excited about going on his date, but she lets him know, be respectful. He said, I have no problem. I signed up for this process. And the last time he was on the first date was with Shar. And going on another date, he's worried about how smooth he's going to be. Because if he's overly smooth, then that's a problem. So his date was with Cherie. She's 33 years old from Orlando, Florida. Shar is definitely concerned about how Otis will behave based off of the rules he put in place for her. But I don't think that he'll do the same thing. And he didn't. Alphonse was getting ready for his date. And I ain't gonna lie, I was with Shay because he was doing too much. Just antagonizing and what's the word? Jokingly being sarcastic in front of her. He put on his jewelry, his rings, his shades. She said, first of all, why are you doing all this? You doing this to make me jealous? What you doing this for? Who you trying to impress? You don't even know the girl. And I feel like Char didn't even do that much on her day. She was so simple. And she did not act any differently. But in this case, she acted a lot. So he's all grinning, going on there with the woman. She said, we still got issues, and why don't you check on me to see how I was feeling? I walked out. I was crying. You never held me. You never consulted me. You never, said, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You just let me be there. You just let me sit there in all of my lonesomeness and all of my hurtfulness, and you never comforted me. He said, I understand why. I was upset myself. I want to know why you were so upset. And you were so sick. You were so emotional. I didn't expect for us to let everybody else know what we were going through. And I just want to know how we're going to solve our problems and just all this bullshit. But not get upset. They're here. I didn't expect for us to say nothing. So you're mad that our issues was addressed but not talked about? You're mad that it was brought up but not discussed. So now we're sweeping everything under the rug again because you don't want to talk about it. Because he feels like, I understand, I talked to everybody who was a part of our problems, who was involved with, but I don't know what you want me to do. Why don't you have a conversation with my mother? No, because that's your mother. That's your mother. She needs to know who I am to you. She should respect me for who I am. So I wrote that Alfonso skates away from not taking responsibility, that he's afraid to talk to his mom to have a conversation. And you always don't listen with things that you need to do. You never listen when it comes to things that you need to do. He never does. He always feels like, why me? What did I do? I don't know. Boy, has your mom made you not take accountable for how you act? How does she always, reward you with things that you don't take responsibility for? Like, anyway, so since he doesn't want to deal with anything and not take accountability, he wants to focus on the date. So we meet his date, Chantel. She's 33 from New York. Um, Shay was being completely extra and funny throughout this whole entire scene. So she cracks the door open for Chantel to see her. She said, "Is he ready? I don't know. We'll see." Closes the door, says, "You're not going. You too happy." Opens the door back, invites her in. She does not shake Chantel's hand. And Alfonso is ready to go. He is rushing to get out the door. And he even said, "Come on, you ready, babe?" Who's babe? Who? There'll be no babe. There'll be no babe. There'll be no sweetheart. All right. So she also wanted to tell Chantel to close her blouse. The tees were showing. She said, "Oh no, it's broken. I can't fix it." Shay said, "I got safety pins." She said, "Oh no, it's good. I'm good." So Chantel's going out on a date with my man, and from now on she'll be referred to as the op. You know what an op is? Somebody who's out with your man. Okay. So she is doing the most. She's mad that Chantel is sitting in the front seat. That's her seat. She's telling Chantel, "Watch your arm. Don't put lace on the armrest. I'm watching you. Behave." And it's kind of like, "What's up? What's going on?" Like, she really was doing the most in this scene. And Chantel was not phased. She said, "Oh, I'm good where I'm at. I'm straight. I'm good. Don't worry about me. I'm straight." So we get to the restaurant, and Alfonso was saying her being extra jealous on the date, or the reason of the date, was all mad. He wasn't here. He wasn't feeling it. He's trying to be all cool, but yet they sit down. They enjoy the conversation. I can tell that Alfonso was feeling her and she was feeling him, because her type was big, bald headed, and tall. That's what it was. She was also a mom of 2 boys. He's also a father of 3 kids. 2 boys and a girl. His oldest child is his daughter. She's 20. Would never expected it. And wondering if he even wants to have more kids, because I think Shay has been talking about having kids. He said, "I thought I was done. Maybe I'll be, ready to go that route again." Um, and Alfonso likes a woman that goes with what she wants. And Chantel is definitely laying on that she wants what she wants. She asked what she wanted and she got in front of him. She got in front of her. Alfonso's saying the same thing. "I got what I want in front of me." And was there anything that was placed in the rules? Like, what are you guys gonna do? No kissing, no touching, no nothing. So Chantel was definitely overlooking, ignoring the rules, because she even went across his face to glide and everything. I'm like, oh God, that's the green light right there, because Alfonso was definitely feeling the energy, the sexual energy that she was giving. He was giving to her back. So after that, they walk out, have a good time. He was looking at that ass, and I was like, 9 times out of 10, they probably have exchanged numbers, and you'll probably see her later on that evening. You never know. But we are moving on. Otis, he goes on a date with Sheree into a cake decorating class. I love cake decorating. They're really fun. He liked the fact that she wasn't showing skin. He saw that was very mature of her. But he also said on a first date, "I would like to see skin." Make it make sense, Otis. What? Okay. So they're talking about, what schools they went through. She went to Florida University. He went to Albany State, and he also went to Cordon Bleu. And he's also looking for a woman that has respect and loyalty and carries herself well. She's also looking for a man that can lead. Hello, lights up. That's all he heard. That's all he needs to hear. That's all he wanted to hear. He wanted to hear that she wants to be led, which means you do what I say, you do what I tell you, whatever you like. In my Vanessa Bellis Calloway, my life on earth is to please you. Whatever you want, I will do it, and that's all Otis needed to hear. So he enjoyed the day, and he was very attracted to her wanting to be led, and that was it. So Kenneth goes on a date with Shamaya. She's 30 years old. She lives in Atlanta. She was a very beautiful girl. The attire, she looked like she was going towards a casual breakfast. I don't know what he was wearing, but he wasn't really paying attention. He really wasn't trying to focus on putting his all to getting to know Shamaya, because he's worried about where him and Shorty is. But I mean, he was engaging when he wanted to. They went to a glass blowing place, which is pretty interesting. I love glass blowing. But he just can't break away by what's going on with him and Shorty. I mean, he was, like I said, he was engaging, he spoke and everything. They talked about relationships and, what do they go through. And she pretty much just said, listen, if I'm with you, I'm with you. And if there's something for us to fix, we fix it. I'm not about to have a conversation and then where nothing gets addressed and we're lingering in a bad space the entire week. That's not going to work. So he appreciates that. And he said, I enjoyed you. I enjoyed this day. This was all good. It was nice meeting you. And that was the end of it. Otis comes back home and his date, he had a cake for Shar. It had flowers on top, and that's when she asked, so it was wrong of me to bring home flowers, but you brought home a cake with flowers. He wanted to, ask some excuse as to why it was okay for him because he went to a cake decorating class and you can add flowers to your piece. Fine. So how was it? Did you show any respect? Did you, listen to the boundaries you put in place? Was there any hugging, kissing, touching? He did give her a side hug. Interesting. It's funny though so there was more. She didn't have a problem with it. She didn't have a problem with the hug, but it is funny though from what I did, and he said, well, now we have to understand because you did it too. So still trying to put her in the punishment category of this is what you did, right? So there's more that happened, but Otis don't want to say it, and Shar can feel like he's hiding something from her. So the boundaries I was put in place, was you okay with it? He felt like it was no point for boundaries because you could do what you want to do. You're a grown woman. And I could do what I want to do because, like you said, you tried to treat me like I did something bad to you. But I didn't even do it to you. So right now, even if the boundaries was put in place, I still would have did what I wanted to do. So basically, he's mind fucking her. He's giving that statement of, you could do what you want to do. You're a grown woman. But when I do what I want to do, you can't get mad. Basically, letting her know beforehand she needs to be mindful about what she does the next time because it's only going to get worse. The more she gets happy, the more she gets comfortable, the more she might find a spark with another man, the consequences will be deadly. And that's not right. He's literally training her to be mindful of her actions, mindful of her behavior, but he's not doing the same thing because he feels like I can't do nothing wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. I was just being a man. I was just being me, which is a pass because that's what I do. But when it comes to a woman, showcasing any type of interest in another man, you might call her being fast, call her being a hoe, and it's like funny. It's real funny. So basically he's saying, we'll keep the boundaries. I said, Otis, you setting yourself up for what the trailer showed, that you gonna fuck up. You gonna fuck up, and it's like, it's not Shar's fault, it's your fault. Because this mind game that you playing is only gonna get worse. So we're back with Dr. Nicole. She's talking about the men's date. Alfonso said he enjoyed the day. Chantel was cool, and it was nice to talk to her. But when it came down to meeting her, Shay was being a little bit extra, which she was. But then, expressed everything, how she wanted to cover her boobs, and she had a problem with her sitting in the car seat, and she was tapping on the window to make sure you don't do nothing wrong. But in this process, it's about controlling yourself and not your partner. But she said, how did that make you feel? She said he was doing too much. He was too excited, and she realizes that you'll be TikToking with these women online, and I've had several receipts of women messaging me, telling me I need to get my vagina, I need to get my cookie box fixed because, checked out, because you don't know what your man is doing out here. Make sure you have that all arranged so you don't catch something from him. And because he's in the industry, he's in something that has him surrounded by other women, so it makes her feel jealous. And she wrote the fact that, the women that he's around, or he doesn't know and want to know, you were too excited to meet her anyway, and figure out that that's where his excitement for these other women. And that's where she finally saw the problem. She saw for herself. Thinking that all this time, I'm thinking I'm being too extra, I'm being too nosy, or I'm being too jealous of the man who's in the industry being around other women is not expected. I'm thinking he's completely normal, he's being completely respectful, but he's not. He is overly excited to hang out with another woman than he is with me. I saw it for myself. Look how hype he was. Like, he was ready to run out the door to date this woman. So, Dr. Nicole said, so it wasn't the girl, it was him. It was the way that he reacted. Yes, it was him, how he automatically does not regard my feelings when it comes to that. So he said for him, it feels like she be overbearing at times and he needs peace. But she said it wouldn't be a problem that I can't leave alone, but I don't have a sense of security the way that our relationship has been going. And she don't. Now, what I found funny for Alfonso to say that while he doesn't like that she be overbearing, she does too much at times, but he wants his peace. What does that mean? So you like to make her look crazy. You like to see her go out of her way to be overly, not even possessive, but overly jealous, doing the most, acting out because of how you're reacting, but yet you want her to pull that back. Pull that back when you aren't doing something or when you are doing something. If there's a point where she's been overbearing that you're not doing anything, okay. But if you want her to be calm and shut up on things that you are doing, no. So you're playing the game in her mind too. You're making me feel like you're doing something, and then when I think you're doing it, you now want to say I'm doing too much. But you are doing something. There is a line that you do not want to cross. There is you're living a double life at this moment, and you do not want it to mess up. That's why you probably keep things at an even standpoint where it's not making it seem as if you're doing too much. You're doing just enough to not get caught. You're doing just enough to not make it so obviously known you're doing something, you're acting inappropriately, you might be messaging women not supposed to, but yet you're coming at her as if she's doing too much. There is a reason why. She doesn't have a sense of security in her relationship. We found that out when you haven't told her. We found that out when you went on a vacation with your baby mama and your mom. Are you serious right now? This is the second episode, and it constantly ends with Shay and Alfonso, and I just cannot believe it. Why is she with this man? There were red flags all over this episode for all three men, and I just cannot believe it. I really cannot. It's crazy. Alfonso get a kick out of making Shay look crazy, and she feeds into that, but she has nothing else to do because he does not reassure her on anything. But that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.